So how exactly do we get started with selling an online course without a following? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, step by step. Hey, if you're a coach, a course creator, or an entrepreneur, and you care about making a lot of income while creating a lot of impact, you're in the right spot. Over the past 12 months, my team and I have generated well over $750,000 in course and coaching sales. And now I help coaches and course creators do exactly that through the power of scaling through social media. Now, today, I want to talk to you specifically about how to use the strategies that made one of my students, Aaron here, who had no following, 4-figure days within the first 4 days of selling his online course. And the cool thing about Aaron that you're going to learn in this video is he only had 300 followers that were buddies from high school. He was a 20-year-old who had no sales experience, yet he was able to make $1,000 days consistently because of this strategy. And so make sure to stay to the very end of the video if you want to get these tips. So let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that when you don't have an audience, one obvious thing that might come to mind for you is, maybe I should pay money and buy traffic in order to get an audience, right? But the thing is, going on paid ads is not the right thing for you to do. And here's why. You see, when you start spending money on ads, if you don't have an offer that works on your organic social media, then no amount of money on paid ads is gonna work. Because think about it. If the people who follow you, who know and like and trust you, can't buy your offer and they're not willing to buy your offer, then how is someone who's literally never heard of you before, who's just gonna see one of your ads pop up on Facebook or Instagram, gonna decide to work with you, right? You need to first validate if your offer works on organic social media before we can ever consider getting into paid traffic. And my recommendation is that you hit at least $30,000 per month before you get out there onto paid traffic. And the way that this works is there's really 4 steps you need to launching this coaching business. I call it the C4 method. And this C4 method I have formulated really are the only 4 steps you need to blow up your business, hence the name C4, right? And it goes that first and foremost, you need to have quality content. That's the first C. And then once you create very attractive content that attracts the kind of person that you're looking for as a client for your coaching or course-based business, then you go ahead and you let in your conversations. And conversations are essentially conversion conversations where you're messaging someone back and forth to actually establish trust with them. Now, once you establish trust through a conversation, then you go ahead and you book them for a phone call. You have a quick 30-40 minute chat and you have an understanding to see if you guys are right fit to work with each other. And that's where you go ahead and enroll them into your program and collect the cash. That is called closing as the 3rd C. And then finally, the 4th C is where you actually deliver your product that you said you're going to do, which is where you do the coaching. So today, the purpose of this video, we're just gonna focus on the first 2 things, which is that content and conversation. So what kind of content do we actually create out there? Well, it turns out that you don't actually need a social media following to access groups that have massive amounts of followings. And the first place that you wanna go is gonna be through Facebook groups. Facebook groups are fantastic because they are pockets of environments where people of all specific kinds of one kind of common interest are coming together. So for example, if you go on Facebook right now and you type in fitness, there will be so many different kinds of Facebook groups. You could have a bodybuilding Facebook group, you could have a powerlifting Facebook group, you could have a intermittent fasting Facebook group. And so if you're interested in selling a course in any of these topics, you would simply begin posting quality content inside of each one of these Facebook groups. So remember Aaron, who I talked about, who made 4-figure days within 4 days of selling his program? He went into Facebook groups because he had a coaching program that teaches others intermittent fasting. And so when he went into a Facebook group, you can see right there in the photo, he went into an intermittent fasting Facebook group. It had over 155,000 people inside the group. And that's what's so cool. You don't need to have a following because you're leveraging the following that's already inside of that group. And this kind of content is what I call LGC. That stands for lead generation content. You make specific content that you know for a fact that your target audience, that your future customer is gonna see, it's gonna pull on their emotions, their heartstrings, and it's gonna get them to respond in a very positive way to your piece of content. And so Aaron had that post, and as you can see, it had over 600 comments on this one post. Now, what do you do as soon as you get all this engagement? It's really important to note that you don't wanna be salesy in a Facebook group. Because now if you say stuff like, send me a message if you're interested in buying my program, if you send stuff like, go ahead and click on this link to go to my website, if you do anything like that where you self-promote yourself, the Facebook group owners are probably gonna kick you out. Inside of every single one of your posts, give tactical how-to information on how to actually solve a problem. You see, this YouTube video even that you're watching right now, I'm not just hard selling you into my coaching programs, even though I have programs where people work directly with me and it's a financial investment. No, I'm going to give you so much free value that it makes sense to you that, oh my gosh, if Richard is willing to give me this much free value, can you imagine how much more valuable his paid content is gonna be? Because look, I want for you to receive all this free value because hopefully one day I want for us to do business together so that we can actually have a coaching relationship. And so I want to build that trust and that social capital with you by giving you very tactical know-how information. And so you give step-by-step information, and that specific kind of content is going to add a lot of value. And so as you begin to post in groups consistently, day in and day out, doing 1 to 2 posts every single day, over the course of 1 week, 2 weeks, your reputation inside of this Facebook group is gonna begin to grow. And what you're gonna experience are people are gonna begin adding you as Facebook friends. People are gonna begin sending you a message, asking you a couple questions because they now clearly see you as the authority because you've given them so much value already. And so this is now where the fun begins. When people engage with you and they add you as a friend, make sure to actually spark up the message. Send them a message, something where you type on your phone or on your computer, hey Daniel, so great to connect with you. What made you decide to reach out to me? Or, hey Daniel, I saw that you're inside of the Facebook group and seems like you needed a little bit of fitness advice on that post that you made there. What exactly do you do for a living? And just simply sparking up a conversation the same way that you would when you're meeting a new friend in person. That's exactly how you have the conversation. And that transitions us into the conversation, which is the second C. It turns out that there's a very specific way, it's called the conversion conversation, in which you begin asking questions to your prospect and get them to realize that they have a problem that perhaps you could solve. And it's a very specific way, but the whole time you have to just think in your mind, how can I understand where this person is stuck? And how can I understand where they want to go? And you ask these questions by simply saying things like, so what exactly do you think is the biggest thing that's holding you back right now from achieving whatever that goal may be? It could be to lose 10 pounds. It could be to make $10,000. It could be to find your first girlfriend, whatever it is that your course is helping people do. And when you ask these conversion conversation questions, eventually it's gonna lead up to a point where you can finally say, would you like some help? And if they respond with yes, you can go ahead and say, hey, let's go ahead and book a call. I'm happy to give you a free strategy session, and you get them over to a free strategy session where you and that individual hop on a quick Zoom call, FaceTime, whatever that call may be, and just have a short conversation to see if you guys would be a great fit to work with each other. And if it truly is a great fit, then you can go ahead and enroll that person into the program. And that, my friend, is how simple it is. Let me go ahead and jump into Facebook and give you another example of how this actually is taking place. So if you're a digital product entrepreneur, chances are you know of a Facebook group called Clickfunnels. And Clickfunnels is extremely powerful because this group has hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs just like you. And so if you have a product or service in which you help other entrepreneurs, this would be an incredible place to actually add value. As you can see, it's all entrepreneurs making different kinds of posts, giving different kinds of value to other people. Let me show you one of my friends here. His name is Saram, and Saram is a buddy of mine who is doing really well right now through helping people with LinkedIn. And as you can see here with one of his posts, he just simply gives a lot of value through giving people some motivation. You can see he has a nice photo of him on the computer, sitting on the ground on the computer. And you can see here, he just says, last night I took a taxi from home after eating with a friend. And then he goes ahead and he introduces a little bit about himself. And then he says this, you may give 200% value, right? You may have your deepest insight and nobody responds, but trust me, it all comes back. If you keep giving, one day you'll wake up to a random message from someone saying they'll buy your premium package, right? Things happen like that. Never stop giving. The fruits of your labor will come guaranteed. So you see this post, it's even not that specific. It's just value. It's motivational value, encouraging others to keep going. But check this out. When we scroll down here to the very bottom, this post went semi-viral. It has over 650 people who liked it and over 170 comments. And so when you make posts like this, you can see that people are truly engaging, they get value from this, and they're gonna start adding you as a friend. And then you can see here that whenever someone comments, like Raymond here comments, you're speaking my language, reciprocity is the best. And then Saram responds with, yes, sir, right? Lafan here says, well said, great motivation. And then Saram responds back, thanks, bro, right? And so when you respond to people and you begin to add engagement, people recognize you for being someone who adds value. And that's what sparks up those conversations. Now, my friend, that is just one small way to make your first couple of sales and validate this with organic traffic. But how do you actually blow up your business and take it to the next level so that you're hitting your first 10, 20, even $30,000 months and beyond? Well, I wanna show you exactly that because I actually put together a free training for you. It's the 3 steps that I personally took to making well over $500,000 in less than 8 months selling one course through the power of YouTube. And so if that's something that you'd like to watch, go ahead and click the first link down below. That's gonna take you to a registration page where you can type your name, your email, and go ahead and watch that free training. And also I wanna let you know that we actually are open for enrollment. My team and I have a program called High Performance Influencer where we go and work directly with you on your personal productivity as well as help you scale your business through social media and YouTube. And so that's the second link down below if you wanna go ahead and click on that. If not, no worries, continue enjoying the playlist, but I encourage for you to definitely watch that free training, first link down below. If you're done watching this video, make sure to go ahead and check out these 2 playlists over here. This first one up here is gonna give you even more insights how to build an online course or coaching business or scale your current one through the moon. And the second one down here, this playlist is gonna show you exactly how to be more productive, to use your time better as an entrepreneur so that you can create more income and more impact. Remember to hit that subscribe, notification bell, and if you got value, drop that thumbs up, like button on this video because that means the world to me. And remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'll see you soon.